Welcome back. It's time now to take a look at the top business stories. Nikhil to issue 5 billion dirhams worth of bonds. Inflation in the UAE eases in April. And Greek Prime Minister claims restructuring debt will do more harm than good. Let's look at the UAE stock markets first. Both the DFM and the ADX edged higher today. The DFM General Index gained 0.7% to close at 1,589 points. One of the best performers was Union Properties with a plus of 4.6%, followed by Dubai Islamic Insurances, which gained 3.7%, Dia Development, which was 3.6%, and Commercial Bank of Dubai, which rallied 3.4%. Largest loser, however, was investment bank Shua Capital. Its shares dropped 2.7%. 252 million shares were traded, valued at 236 million dirhams. And over in the capital, the ADX General Index rose 0.3% to close at 2,659 points, with the real estate sector gaining the most, with RAK Properties gaining 2.6% and Surul Real Estate adding 1.5%. Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank rose 1.1%, while Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank fell 0.3%. And Etisalat rose 0.5%. The energy sector was mixed. Dana Gas was up 1.5%, but Taka lost by 2.3%. 75 million shares were traded, valued at 113 million dirhams. And let's now take a look at the GCC markets, which ended mainly lower today. And now to our top stories. Property developer Nikhil is preparing to issue 5 billion dirhams worth of Islamic bonds. The sukuks are to be issued to some of the company's contractors and other trade creditors as a part of Nikhil's restructuring process. Since last year, the developer has begun paying cash to contractors who have been owed 500,000 dirhams or less, and those who are owed more have been paid 40% in cash and the rest in sukuks. Also, according to press reports, Nikhil will be carved out of its parent company Dubai World and become a separate government-owned entity by June. Inflation in the UAE slowed slightly in April, rising by just 1.1% year-on-year, down from 1.2% in March. A decline of 1.4% in the heavily weighted housing component was the main factor why overall prices last month rose less than in March. However, food prices again saw a strong rise of over 5% compared to last year. On a monthly basis, housing, fuel, electricity and water dropped by 0.7%, while food and beverages rose 1.3%, with other components broadly flat. According to Emirates MBD, these price trends should help to maintain the authorities' comfort with the recent declines in market interest rates in the UAE. The CEO of the Sharjah Investment and Development Authority, Marwan Yassim Al-Sakal, has called on governments and the private sector to invest more into the GCC's infrastructure. At this year's Infrastructure Investment World Middle East Forum, Al-Sakal stated this would lead to further foreign investments, which would boost the GCC economies, as well as offer long-term job prospects for nationals. He added that the infrastructure sector in the past saw increased partnerships between the public and private sector, or PPPs. He added that investment into infrastructure requires accurate and in-depth studies covering all aspects of a project before funds are put in. And in our fast financial news, Dubai's non-petroleum direct international trade climbed 31% to 113 billion dirhams in the first 2 months of this year. That compares to 86 billion dirhams for the same period last year. All major trade activities driven by growth in exports, re-exports and imports have recorded positive turnovers during this period. Abu Dhabi developers who are building the UAE's biggest road project worth 10 billion dirhams to Saudi Arabia are looking into other means of finance outside their private-public partnership financing scheme. The Middle East has a long track record of using PPPs to finance projects, but lately governments are looking into other means of funding, as deals are sometimes difficult to complete. And after the break, we will run you through what's making the headlines in international business today.